Okay, this is definitely not related to Earthbound, but it will help you out. This was a sketch that I did just yesterday, actually, and as you can see, this was my character. You know, that's my face, but I just decided to put a little mask on him because I was having trouble with the mouth. You can see I tried to add wrinkles because I'm usually an anime artist, and you know, some animes are more detailed than others, and I like to stick with the basic Pokemon kind of anime, so adding the wrinkles was a tough one for me. But I just wanted you to be able to see the difference between, you know, the actual meat on the character and just the skeletal action pose. So let's zoom in right here and see that face. And then the torso. And then the legs. Alright, so basically he's kind of hunched over. He's got a pretty long neck. I have a pretty long neck. You know, it's just how that works out. You get the whole nerd look. But here we go. So what you want to start off doing is, you know, you're kind of egg-shaped for the head. I'll darken this up so you guys can see it. So it's probably not going to be as good. Then you want to add your neck. The neck is just a line. And then we add balls at the joints. Yeah, that was a inside joke. So these would be where the shoulders are located. And you kind of bring them upward towards the neck because you want to give him a slanted look. He doesn't really care what he's doing. He could be standing at a bus stop right now, you know. Nothing fun. So then you add the torso. And the trick to the torso is to basically just make it a square, but kind of arch it. Because what you want to remember is, when you're drawing, you have to use the human body. So this would be like the rib cage. See? But you don't add all that junk. Then you want to come from inside of the rib cage down to the hips. Yay, hips. You want to add a box because your hips and your groin area would be located there. Then from the side of the hip, so if we make this a little two-dimensional, since he's kind of standing at a slant towards the side, you add the thigh right about there. And since this leg is straight, you don't want to curve that calf too much. Then you add the other leg. You give this one kind of a curve because the thigh just has a natural curve to it. And keep the calf straight again. Then you add the feet. If it's a male, the feet are pretty big. They extend a lot unless he has small feet, which is odd to see on a man. Then we're going to add his arms. The arm is basically one long line which is broken in half by an elbow. Bring it towards his hip because his hand is in his pocket. He has nothing else to do. So, puts his hand in his pocket. And there it is. That's your basic action pose. That's just because he's standing still. Now I'm going to do a quicker one because you already know where everything goes. And I'm going to do a matrixy looking jump here. Okay. Start off with that head. This is the shoulder. You can't really see the neck because his arms are so high up. So these are the shoulders. This right here is the bicep area. This would be your forearm. And then once again, then you want to add that torso. Got to make it a little smaller because it's also back here. You know, they would kind of slant more, but you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. Make his back a lot smaller and bring it really close to his hips because he is jumping. Then you add the knee. And I guess you guys really don't believe that I draw like this, so I'm gonna basically just get a little bit more intense with this. Add this line and that line. This line represents the middle of the face, and this line is also the middle of the face, which would be the eyes. It's just vertical and horizontal, which makes them different. So let's add some little weird eyes here. Then we're going to add a mean face. Roar! I don't like jumping. Add a nose. Give him a little hairline. Give him some wild, crazy hair. Arrgh. Then we're going to add his little brother's t-shirt. It's kind of torn up because he's obviously getting beat up in this fight. Let's just say it was a fight. Okay, then you add his arm. Then you got to go to the forearm. The lines are really just guidelines to show you where everything goes. See? This is where his bicep stops. And this is where his forearm starts. Then you add his hands. Ooh, these are my cool hands because I'm jumping. I added like 17 fingers right there. I'm just trying to, hurry this up. You guys probably don't want to be here all day. Okay. And then you add his stomach. He's kind of got a Benny Maru look. Any, video game players out there, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, that's alright too. Go to his knee. Got to round that kneecap off. You really need to know where everything is here. Go to the calf. Let's just say he's got some messed up pants on too. Wow, this guy is such a bum. I mean, like, just imagine fighting a bum. Rub their stink all over you. No offense, bums. Just take a bath. Okay, so let's keep going. Then it's really up to you. You can just add a line. You could add the zipper, however you want to illustrate a crotch. Totally up to you. I'm not going to go that far because I don't want you guys giggling or anything. Actually, I don't mind. I don't care. There's a jerk outside. He's mowing his lawn, so might be a little loud. Okay, so then you add the other foot. Just zoom through that. And there you have it. See? The action pose really works inside. Now, I don't know if it's close enough, but I did use action pose with this picture. And it was this one. It's probably too light for you to see because I drew it on like this little fancy art paper. And if I take my finger over it, it'll smudge this whole thing. You won't ever see this picture again. That's the difference between that paper and, computer paper. Computer paper is awesome though because you can just, you just draw on it, it's everywhere. But you got to get some good paper to use. Okay,